Pre-draft mock drafts had Dalton Knecht projected inside the top 10. There were a lot that had him 5, 6 there. Seemed he was climbing. But one thing I always forget, and you get it every year in the NBA draft, the pre-draft talk is all this, and then the draft comes, and you realize, oh, yeah, that was all lies. It was all lies.
Yep.
The Zach Edey won't even be drafted in the first round. Then he climbed in the lottery. It's like, oh, that's going to be a waste. He gets drafted in the top 10, and people are like, well, he's probably going to be Rookie of the Year with 20 points a game. Wait a second. What are you talking about? And the whole Dalton Knecht thing, rising. He doesn't get picked, and everybody's like, well, yeah, he's old. Sure. Mm-hmm. We knew that. None of us said that. And I'm going to have to remember this next year. There is no more live field lead up to a draft than with the NBA. Thoughts on Dalton Knecht falling all the way to 17? He lost a lot of money, and it had to absolutely suck to be sitting there in that room while that happened. At the same time, lands with the LA Lakers. In terms of franchises, we'll talk about how good their team is, but in terms of franchises, not a bad landing spot. Obviously, you'd rather have the money and go high, but did where he fell to ease the pain a little bit, gentlemen?
I think so. Yeah, ease the pain is a good way to put it because it doesn't offset losing $10 million.
Yeah.
And in some ways you can
Not
say
much would.
Yeah. I mean, you can say that. I mean, obviously playing with LeBron, if he's out there a lot, if he's a starter or something like that, he's going to get a lot of open looks because of the attention LeBron draws on defense. So that helps him. Also, you could look at it the other way. If he'd gone to a bad team like Charlotte, he could be a volume shooter on a team like that in the right situation. So it could have been good for him other ways too. But having this on a solid team that might be more likely to be in the playoff mix, it's all about getting to that second contract in the NBA. If you're a role player and can hang around for a while, you're making $20 million a year a lot of times. So he'll make up that money if he takes advantage of this opportunity. So it's not a bad spot to fall for sure.
Vince, I think he's got a chance to be a volume shooter even with the Lakers because your new head coach, J.J. Redick, was a three-point gunner. That was what he played. Mm-hmm. And he's also already been talking about the fact that math works. He's looked at what the Celtics did this year, and it sounds like that's what the Lakers, what he wants to do with the Lakers. Whether LeBron allows that or not, we'll see. But it might be a place where Dalton Knecht gets an early opportunity to put up a lot of shots.
Absolutely. When Rob Pelinka, your GM, says that your head coach was already drawing up plays for Knecht just after drafting him, that's a good sign he's going to play a lot, and they're going to trust in him. And there was comparisons to him. Rick Barnes said it, and Knecht did as well, that Rick Barnes would show him J.J. Redick tape, and they'd go over J.J. Redick tape. And then Barnes has a relationship with Redick because he'd go out to Texas and watch him practice. So there's a lot of huge positives. Anthony Davis is going to free up stuff for him as well. Oh, by the way,
when he's on the floor.
That's true. Oh, by the way, they were one of the worst perimeter shooting teams in the league last year. And Pelinka also pointed out we don't have a weapon on our roster like him. I know there's Austin Reeves comparison because he's also white and can shoot, but it's different. He's a guy that can drive, can do a lot of things. So I think it's a really good spot, and Ryan's right. He will make up that money down the road because he's in the right situation. He's not buried on a team winning 12 games or something.
I also want to mention that Josiah Jordan-James signed with the Pacers. I'm guessing that's Summer League. I just saw the headline. I didn't dig into it. So he signed with the Pacers Summer League, which I'm a little surprised by that, to be honest with you. But go ahead, Vince.
He worked out with them. With them, yeah.
I'm still surprised.
That's fine.
That said, talk about this from a Tennessee standpoint. It's disappointing. I mean, Rick Barnes would have loved to have had a top 10 pick here. It helps. He's recruiting just fine. It's not like there's an issue there. But, any new feather you could put in the cap, you put it in the cap. And having a guy go that highly, I would think would have been one more chip to recruit with. And instead, he goes 17, which is a disappointment.
Yes, but I would say this is the ultimate, the end game is what's going to matter more. He's going to be able to recruit more. If he's Steph Curry, that's a way bigger deal than having a top 5 pick. So,
he's still recruiting with Kevin Durant, so he got part Knecht. Yeah,
Tennessee was able to recruit off Alvin Kamara's success in the NFL. He was a 3rd-round pick, I think. So you can, if he ends up succeeding in the NBA, it'll be fine. But he could have used the top 10 pick for sure. It never hurts. But if he's a star in the NBA, it'll all work out.
Plus, the inner lining on his jacket is going to more than pay off in recruiting. Right. For them, even Barnes is like, man, you need to show off the whole thing.
Yeah,
the jersey on the back.
I'm sure.
And everything inside.
I'm sure Barnes would have liked to have just flipped that thing inside out. It was all orange on it. It was straight black on the outside, and then the orange lining on the inside.